Good afternoon, long day. No, it's hot, it's Phoenix. I'm glad the weather's kind of changing for the better. My name is Mike Marut. I am part of the marketing communications team at Revenova. For those of you who don't know, our product is Revenova TMS. Historically, we've been doing a lot with freight brokers, but today we are announcing our new fleet operations module as part of Revenova TMS. So a little bit of history. We've been around for 10 years. We started in 2014. About a year and a half, 2 years ago, we had a few customers come up to us who had fleet assets, but weren't using Revenova TMS for those purposes. And they came to us and said, hey, we need something new, something different. Can you help us out? So about a year and a half, 2 years ago, we started building a dispatch system. And because we are just kind of starting out in that space, we didn't have the preconceived notions of what should or should not be in there. We were able to work with our customers directly and really get to the bottom of what they wanted to do and really what would drive them and their businesses forward. So all of that said, that's what has inspired this new module for Revenova TMS. So here's a little bit of summary of the features. First off, a complete fleet management console. It's a one-stop shop, complete visibility, and you want to put your assets in the seats. And yes, I also do mean drivers when I'm talking about assets, but also trailer management, tractor management, etc. It's as easy as just checking two boxes, really. And then you can match drivers with loads, drivers with the vehicles, and then make things move faster and easier. And there's also, it's a kind of a tiny screen here, but we can send out the press release to you all later. On the Fleet Management Console, you also have a notification button, so if there's any incidents that happen on the road or when your loads are getting shipped, you can have immediate notification of what's happening with your assets. Moving on, total configurability. Now, my solutions engineer does not like when I use the word customization, so I'm going to use configuration instead. We talk a lot about Revenova TMS and the configurability because we are built on the Salesforce platform. So that means that every fleet manager is inevitably going to look at their fleets differently. We're all individuals here. So why shouldn't it be the same for the Revenova TMS Fleet Management Console? That's exactly what we were thinking. So it comes up with all sorts of configurability, and it's an easy setup for all of your fleet managers. And you can either have a company standard that's just for all of your fleet managers, or you can break it down to individual levels as well. If someone wants to see their drivers in a certain way or see kind of where their loads are at in a certain way, you can do it all through Revenova TMS Fleet Operations. Now, we also have dynamic trip planning. So no matter how many legs of a trip, no matter how many loads are in a trip, no matter how many drivers are in a trip, you can get it all in this, again, kind of a one-stop shop. We like to call it the easy button system, or at least that's our senior product manager's idea for it. He's been the one kind of building this out from the ground up. Easy asset tracking, easy driver changes, easy load updates, and it all comes down to making sure that you can communicate within the app itself. So again, no matter how many legs are in a trip, no matter where your drivers are in the country, whether it's the United States, Canada, or anywhere else, you can make sure that everything is going to arrive on time. Hopefully, you do have minimal deadhead miles. Now, you can also manage appointments. So this is like a bird's eye view of your different appointments and any sort of location-specific information that you may need for appointments, whether that's dock numbers, whether there are any changes coming up, or anything that you need to know for each of your loads. And you can kind of think about this almost as a calendar aspect too, so you can book things ahead of time. You can put things in there as a reminder for yourself to, oh, I need to go check on this because there might be some changes coming up because it's a holiday week or something like that. And you can also make sure that there are different requirements for any sort of docks that you might go to. And to do all that, we have a live communication tool right inside Revenova TMS. We call it Chatter, but basically it provides all the stakeholders for any load live communication abilities. So you can talk to, whether fleet manager to fleet manager, or whether it's broker to fleet manager, etc. You can talk to anyone you need to with real-time updates. Now again, small screen, but we have an example up here that, hey, this truck is available for use. Real quick response 30 seconds later, thank you, good to know, and move on. And you can do that on any asset that you have within the Fleet Management Console. Now, here's a quick summary. I like to have all the management stuff lined up a little OCD that way. Here are some of the other features that we've talked about as well, but we have so many things going on in this fleet operations, TMS module. I couldn't get it all today. Now, we do have a full web page for this, revenova.com/fleet-operations. But if there are any questions, I'm happy to take any.